Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, 27th of November, 2024. So we'll start with a synoptic situation as usual. Um, so this is as of midnight last night. There's a low pressure scooting across the south of the country. You probably all got woken up by some very, very heavy rain around about 6:30 this morning. That has scooted through now. If I run that through to midday, it's now out over the North Sea. However, of course, we are left now in the dregs of the dregs of that frontal system with this low cloud. There's a trough line coming through at them, and that's probably going to maybe hit here later on today. But the controlling weather at the moment really is this low pressure out in the Atlantic. This high pressure just to the northwest of Scotland is holding it off a little bit. I think this has got a new name now. Storm Charlie or something, and that is going to affect the south of us over Europe. I think we might just be okay. It could be good news for me because we're going to have snow on the Alps later on. So the cloud this is you can see the cloud running in. This is the dregs of that occluded front that's hanging over. It's going to be there for a while. Here's all the very, very heavy showers associated with that next frontal system that's going to come through, and I think that's going to pretty well travel south of us, being held off by this nice clear low pressure, high pressure to the north. But more importantly for today, I think we're going to be stuck in this overcast pretty well for the whole of the day, and the rain clearing around about 12ish, I think. So here's the actual rainfalls, the really heavy rain we had in the last couple of hours. The dregs are going through and is indicating this is for the next 2 hours. But if I run through the Met predicted rain forecast for today, we can see that actually the rain is clearing off to the northeast from around about 1 o'clock, 12:30 onwards. We certainly have no rain here, but I think we may be struggling a little bit with cloud base. Okay, so spot winds today are giving a 020, anywhere between 020 and 340. Up at heights, and that's talking 15, 20 knots. The wind down on the ground now, if you look at windy, is giving us about 11 knots from the northwest. This is 8 o'clock this morning. If I run this through to 10 o'clock, you see it's pretty well northwesterly for the morning, and then this afternoon it decreases slightly, and yeah, it's still saying very, very northwesterly, but only 5 knots at the end of the day. Okay, so Odium is giving a very, very long TAF, but fundamentally overcast 300 feet. We've got at the moment broken at 100, mist and drizzle. Between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, few clouds at 300, overcast at 700, becoming between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, few at 500, broken at 900, and temporarily between 5 o'clock onwards, clearing. So that's not good. But if you run through the Farnborough, and a quick update on that. They are saying here 10 knots from the northwest, broken at 600, temporarily between 9 and 12, light rain and drizzle, with a 40% probability between 9 and 11, broken cloud at 200 foot, rain and drizzle, becoming from 12 o'clock onwards, broken cloud at 1,000 feet. And I think that's more indicative of what we probably are going to get here today. Local forecast, fog at first, so those who are up at 7:30 would have seen that fog. But basically overcast all day from what we can see. Winds northwesterly, 10 knots, gusts of 22 earlier on, and then the winds are abating later on. Good visibility, but a very high humidity level, which is why we're going to get a lot of this cloud. GFS is giving us max temperature today of 5 degrees with a dew point down at 3. Very small split there. That was a view outside the window at 7. That's the mist I was talking about. And if we run that through to now, it's cleared slightly. Still got that northwesterly breeze, but we got this overcast pretty well for the day. Temperature is not doing much actually. It's on the decline rather than the incline. But I think what we need to be aware of clearly is the amount of rain. So this is accumulated rainfall in the last 24 hours, and it's given 14 mil of rain, which is clearly not going to be very good for the airfield. If I run the significant weather then through, this is what we have at 8 to the south of the country. As you can see, this is around through 11. And about 12 o'clock onwards, starting to clear a little bit. Cloud base is going up, so it's between 1,000 and 1,500 there. And some mist, the red circles are mist, fog and mist. And if I run that through a little bit further, after around about 2 o'clock local, it's probably going to be clear enough to fly. But of course, it's dark by 4, so not 100% sure on the um, commitment with you guys. And Skyside is giving a lot of low cloud and rain initially. The cloud's not going to get above about 800 foot for a while. It will. There is a small clearance around about, what time is that? Around about 1 o'clock. A very, very small clearance of cloud base around about 1,200 feet. And the wind, as you can see, pretty well from the north. Cloud cover is we're going to have high cloud, certainly most of the morning, and this lower cloud till around about 5 o'clock today. NOTAMs, I will just briefly go through the NOTAMs. We've got the usual suspects. 14 is Goodwood. They've got revised opening times 9 till 4 local. 21 is Barton Stacey. 23 is Ash Rangers. And 24 is Flares by Parachute at Aldershot. That's not till 7 o'clock this evening. So if we run through the operation, here's the cross-section of modem. You can see there is a small chance after about 1 o'clock of us getting something out the day. That's about as encouraging as I can get, I'm afraid to say. I know there's some motor glider flying required, and maybe you might be able to get a slot in later on today. And obviously, if we can winch and people want to, we will do that. But the warnings of fog and heavy persistent rain, which is what we're going to get first thing, certainly up until about 12, I would suggest. Let's hope this is a little bit pessimistic and it does clear a little bit earlier. There are no reported movements today thus far. However, 2XL may be carrying out MOS treatments on the main runway at times. They'll be liaising through myself. Presumably, they don't need rain to do it. So there may be a bit of a conflict there. If they can do it when it's raining, that's fine. They can get on with it. 8 knots northwesterly wind throughout the day, prolonged showers during the morning, and a possible clearance. I said 12-ish later on today. Set up on 27. If we do set up, it will be a wet operation, so they'll be landing on and taking off on the runway. And careful with the wheel brake on the grass. We have 4 K21s, 3 K13s available. All the K21s are on the booking list, although Charles Baker's for aerobatics, so he probably hasn't even bothered turning up, and I don't blame him. Got Jim Gavin, Mark Benson, and Nigel Pringle for K21 with students. K13 is available for the casual list. We did have one guy on the trial flight for 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning, and I've cancelled him. All the single seats are booked throughout the day. There's some afternoon availability on 2, 4, and 8. So there are no trial flights. Wet field operation. The grass is very, very wet to the south side. The Elliott puddle sort of showing its face again. Watch out for misting canopies if we do get flying, and remind about the bugs. And the simulator is available. I think Viv may be on it already. So here's the list then. Charles for some aerobatics, no students now. Jim has got Kev Jenkins, Mark Benson's got Jerry, and Nigel Pringle's got Viv, John, and Susie later on. And the single seaters are booked accordingly. We have Trevor Loveland and Graham Stallard on the casual list. Graham for aerobatics, so he's probably not going to turn up, and Trevor maybe some white card work this afternoon. So if we do set up, we'll set up on 27, northwesterly breeze. We'll be aerotating to the north, winching to the south. South circuits to land on the runway, north circuits to land on the grass north. That's probably the driest part of the field there. Elliott Puddle is showing its face. It's very, very wet down there. And please do not taxi over or land on the disused runways about 100 meters south of the main runway. All it's going to do is damage the main mills of the gliders. Okay, right. I'll see you in the new restaurant, no doubt, in the next 10, 15 minutes or so, and we can try and concoct a plan. I don't suggest we DI any gliders at the moment. We'll keep them nice and dry, and we'll see how the weather goes. Speak to you later. Bye.